In this video, we're going to start looking at PHP data types and operators. First of all, we're going to be looking at strings. So let's go back to our Fire FTP and create a new file. Call it data types strings.php. I've already backed up my variables file. Make sure you don't forget to do that. So I'm going to open the new file using brackets. And if you go to the browser and go to the PHP folder, if you refresh, you can see the new file there. Okay, and you can just open it. So now we've got a blank page. So we're going to import the content from the variables file and change the title to data types strings. And also, let's delete the contents of the container div. Okay, so let's have a heading and write strings. And after that, let's have a div. And inside the div, we're going to have our PHP code. So let's create our PHP tag. So if you refresh the page, you can see our heading there. Let's add colon there. Okay, so now we're going to create a string. So I'm going to create a variable. I'm going to call it name, and we're going to assign a string to this variable. So there are a couple of ways to create strings, just like in JavaScript. So we can use either single or double quotes. Okay, so let's use single quotes for this one and write beta. Okay, so we can echo the variable only, and this is what we get. Otherwise, we can still concatenate this variable with other strings. So for example, we can write first string name, okay, and then dot for concatenation, and then the variable, and then another string, and let's have a line break inside the string. And now if we refresh the page, this is what we get. Okay, so the dot operator is used for string concatenation rather than the plus sign in JavaScript. Okay, so let's create another string and call it string. So this time I'm still going to be using single quotes, and I'm going to write inside the string Peter's nice. So you've got a problem now because we've got a single quote inside the string or an apostrophe, but we're using single quotes for our string. So we've got two solutions to overcome this. So either we use a backslash before the single quotes, okay, and it's going to be all fine. Otherwise, we can use double quotes, and it's going to be all right. Okay, so if we echo the variable, okay, followed by a line break, let's use double quotes. You can still use single quotes, but I'm just going to use double quotes, and the outcome is going to be like that. Okay, so now let's create another string. I'm going to call it string 2, and this time we are going to have a string, and inside our string we're going to have a variable. But rather than concatenating strings, we want the variable to go inside our string. Okay, so I'm going to write my friend, and I want the name of my friend to go there, and I want Peter's name, okay, or our first variable, and then I want to write is nice. So what we're going to do, we're just going to copy the variable and we're gonna write it, we're gonna paste it inside our string. Okay, so you can do this with strings created using double quotes, but this is not going to work if you use single quotes. Okay, so let's save and echo string 2. Okay, and let's have a look at the results. Here we go. So what's going on here is that PHP is going to replace this variable. Okay, it's going to be treated as a string, and it's going to be replaced by its value. Okay, so even if it's not a string, if it's a number, it's going to be treated as a string.